So looking back at that general election, sort of came out of nowhere, how do you look back on it now?
Well, I remember the day it was called, and I remember being absolutely devastated because I didn't think that she was going to call a general election. I thought, you know, she was going to give a speech on the steps of 10 Downing Street. Maybe it was about a return to direct rule in Northern Ireland or something like that. And I just couldn't believe that she'd done it, because it just seemed an act of folly. And as it's proven, it was an act of folly. In fact, it was an act of hubris. And, you know, we went into the general election. And I'll be frank, I don't think we were ready. I mean, the UKIP had won the referendum in many ways, and it had to sort of find another cause. And it will have to find other causes, and that'll be for a new leader to map out. But we hadn't found that cause by the time of the general election. And the reason why we suffered so badly, and the reason why our vote fell in the way it did, is simply because it was a pincer movement. You had the Tories, who were playing the whole Brexit role, and, you know, she was giving speeches sounding like Baudelaire and all the rest of it, you know, picking fights with Juncker. So you had the Tories arguing for Brexit, you had Labour, who then suddenly become the party, the anti-establishment party, and they were our two greatest attributes, and they were taken away from us, and we were squeezed, and it was very difficult. Very difficult. Do
you think there's anything you could have done differently, the party could have done differently, looking back in retrospect?
I probably shouldn't have stood in the Stoke by-election, because the fact of the matter is I don't think I could ever have won it. And I put my head above the parapet, because I realised that UKIP was going to have a very difficult 2017. It was always going to be the case. It didn't matter who the leader was, and I thought if I could just sneak over the line in Stoke, it would change the outlook of the party and where we were going to go. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. What else would I have done differently? It's very difficult to say, because I was only in the role for 6 months, and I didn't have the opportunity to implement the changes that I wanted. I mean, for example, I wanted to change the structure of the party and the national executive. We were about to put together policy groups, you know, get the members involved in the whole thing and come up with a raft of new exciting domestic policies, and all this was taken away from us because of the general election. And what UKIP's got to do is to dust itself down and quickly, you know, stand up and move on, and I'm sure it will.